Broadcasting live from the Business Radio X studios in Phoenix, Arizona, it's time for Phoenix Business Radio, spotlighting the city's best businesses and the people who lead them.
Welcome to Life Made to Order, broadcasting live right here in Phoenix Business Radio X studios in beautiful Tempe, Arizona. We are your hosts. I'm Wesley Henriksen.
And I am Trudy Kaiser with Life Made to Order Financial Phoenix. Life Made to Order is a way of life. It's a belief that each one of us has the power to orchestrate our ideal experiences in life, particularly in business and finances.
Our show will air each month and focus on local entrepreneurs that have used this philosophy to grow their businesses and be successful.
We're going to start each show every month sharing our own Life Made to Order moments. Wes, would you like to start?
Well, this month marked a great milestone for Susan and I. We met 30 years ago and celebrated 27 years of marriage on May 16th. We also had the privilege of playing golf with Barb and Tony Regis. Barb was a guest on our show in March and shared information about how to navigate the medical labyrinth. We had a great outing and time well spent, that's for sure. Trudy, how about you?
I too celebrated an anniversary. I'm a little bit behind you and Susan. We celebrated 7 years of our anniversary, Nick Kaiser and I call him husband. That's the first time everyone knows his name. His husband and I celebrated our anniversary. I also had a birthday celebration, which was pretty awesome. Went adventuring around Phoenix area. And this past weekend, I actually got to meet some nieces and nephews that I have not seen in over 30 years. So the last time I saw them, I was probably 11 years old, which was just a couple of years ago. So anyway, it was really cool and definitely want more of that, please. That was definitely a Life Made to Order.
Well, to start off, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Team Referral Network of Phoenix. Sponsorships opportunities are available. Please contact us at 602-418-1886. Again, at 602-418-1886 for more information. For our business owners and entrepreneurs out there, I have a question for you. What does your business look like? Is it where you thought it would be? Are you hearing sounds of success, or do you want to cry every night? Do you ever feel alone? Do thoughts creep into your head about wanting to give up? What can I do? I've tried everything to get a new client and things just are not working out well.
If your business doesn't feel like it's where it should be, if success doesn't sound like what you thought it would, if you're tired of thinking you're alone, then no, there is a way to grow your business that will look and sound different. Most businesses can't afford a sales team, so we believe success happens when you allow yourself to join one. Team Referral Network is actively expanding in the Phoenix area. Go to teamreferralnetwork.com or call 858-229-8599. That's 858-229-8599 for more information.
Well, our guest today is Kyle Timmons with Office Evolution right here in Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, Kyle, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'd like to join the anniversary parade here. First off, I have an anniversary tomorrow.
Oh, awesome.
Yes,
Yay.
yes. I'll be leaving here and going shopping.
Hopefully Amy's not watching or listening right now.
Yeah, 37 years.
Wow.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
How interesting.
Got married
7, 27, 37. That's
got married when we
cool.
were 8 years old.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. You're very young looking.
So, yeah, I'm the franchise owner of Office Evolution Phoenix. We have a franchise location and soon-to-be locations in the Phoenix area for Office Evolution, which provides space, office space, and services for small businesses.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Because I know this is a trend here in the Phoenix area, because I know when I first moved here a couple of years ago, I wanted to get an office, and there was only one option in order for me to get an office that would allow me to have all of these amenities that you offer, and wasn't a business that I wanted to be a part of, mainly because the offices were really small. And it wasn't near where I wanted to be, really, is what it boiled down to. So I'm at Kyle, and there seemed to be just a kind of a disconnect between entrepreneurs here in the Phoenix area and knowing what Office Evolution does. So can you go into a little bit more detail about what Office Evolution does offer?
Sure. Well, I should tell you that I, too, was a small business person, was looking for offices at one point in time, and was at a variety of different providers. And ultimately ended up with Office Evolution as a client of theirs. And I was a client for about 2 years before I decided to become an owner of Office Evolution. And so we purchased some franchises and we moved to Phoenix to open them up here. Phoenix was a target market for Office Evolution to expand into this part of the country. And so we took that leap and moved to Phoenix to do that. Office Evolution, for me, provided lots of different things that I would otherwise have to have provided for myself. And so we do that for our members as well. And that's what really excites us about that, about being owners. Office Evolution, when you come and become a member with us, and we have a variety of levels of membership, but when you become a member with us, you get a lot of different amenities and perks that come along with that. For someone that has a private office with us, not only do they get that office space, but it comes furnished if you wish it to be. You can bring in your own furniture if you wish to, but it comes furnished. It comes with both wired and wireless internet service. You get a telephone, a direct line with a local phone number that will even answer for you if you want us to.
Very nicely, I might add.
Well, thank you. For when you miss those calls, because that's important for business to answer the phone. And so if you're not available, we want you to be able to contact your clients. So we answer that phone call, send you a note that so-and-so called and that you need to get in touch with them. We also have this 24/7 access. So people come in and they work in the middle of the night or they work, at 9 p.m. or on Saturdays and Sundays. And they do that here in the Phoenix area. But you also get access to common areas and conference rooms around the country at other Office Evolutions.
Nice.
There are 64 open locations in the United States for Office Evolution.
Oh.
And there's more, seems like almost every day.
Awesome.
By the end of this year, they expect to have between 80 and 90 open locations.
Whoa.
And 120 or more by the end of next year.
Wow.
So it's growing rapidly. Here, Office Evolution is growing rapidly, and the concept is growing rapidly as well. In addition to those things that I talked about, we also have other things that help people with their businesses. We have a person who manages the location who acts as your receptionist, who greets your guests, lets you know that they're there, kind of makes sure that the copy machine hasn't jammed and the coffee is made and all those things that make everybody comfortable there, collects your mail and lets you know if you got packages and all those kinds of different things. So all of those different things that you generally will need in an office, you have
Comes
in a
with
package.
It. Comes with it.
And instead of having to manage utilities, instead of having to manage janitorial, instead of having to manage the internet, you have all of that already provided for you in a one-size package for you. Now, that doesn't mean everybody has to use all that stuff. Some people choose not to, but it's available to if you want it. And if you don't need an office, for example, we have other packages that accommodate people who maybe just need a quiet place to work instead of having a private office. And so a variety of different services that are available to small businesses.
Well, I know when I first moved here, I was thinking about getting an office, and I had been working out of my home office for quite some time. And I think that was really one of the things that helped me to think that, I made it. I made it in my business, right? And I wanted to, I felt maybe like I would be a little bit more legit if I had an office, being in the financial services industry. So can you tell us what maybe the tipping point is for a home-based or small-based business to move into a place like Office Evolution?
Sure. It's one of many different things. It's one of the things is what you just talked about, that you feel like you haven't quite made it yet. You're not quite legitimate or professional or something like that. And you want to professionalize your appearance. And so that's one of the things where you want to take that up to the next level. For some people, it's that they're working from home or from their local coffee shop, and there's distractions. There's constantly distractions.
The kitchen. The refrigerator. Yeah.
When I worked from home, the refrigerator was way too close. No matter what part of the house I went to, the refrigerator
never
was
got
always
laundry
there.
done, but always had.
There's lots of chores that are always available for you to do.
Yes.
And there's kids and dogs and all sorts of different things that distract you. The television, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
There's always those distractions. And so if you remove that from that sphere that you're looking at and you have a place to be and to work, that helps you with your business. Privacy is lots of times an issue. So if you're working from a coffee shop, how can you have a private conversation?
Yeah.
How can you have secure internet? Because there's people in the parking lot that are on that internet source.
Yeah.
And so that's a concern for a lot of people. And some people just feel like they've gotten stagnant. You know, they've cruised along, they got to a certain point, and they're comfortable there, but they want to take it to that next level.
Yeah.
And they want to move it on up. And so in order to do that, they need to make a larger commitment to make it, to professionalize it, to make it seem bigger than it is sometimes. And when we provide that opportunity.
There's always a tipping point to when you hear, when you know where people are working from, when you hear this, Trudy, would you take out the garbage on the way out the door?
Yeah.
Did you hear him though, Wes? He said commitment. He said that higher commitment. He said the C word too, which was kind of scary for me. I mean, personally, going into that office evolution type situation, because, you know, it's the next level of your business, just like you said. So it's kind of cool.
But what happens when you do that?
I'll tell you, it opened up our business. Amazing. I mean, I'll let you tell the story because we're going to ask you some questions about that later. But it was just, I like to hear other people's version of it. I tell it all the time and I feel like I blab about it all the time, but, and it's because it was just, I've just felt so much more successful in that. And I remember driving home that day, just thinking, holy cow, I just got an office. You know,
and I said, holy cow, we just sold an office.
I know, right? And it was really cool because I followed Kyle around for about a year when he was out networking here in the Phoenix area, and you know, in the Chandler Chamber and the Ahwatukee Chamber and whatnot. And I was like, do you have a place yet? Do you have a place yet? And then when he told me, I was like, okay. Because it was kind of scary at that point. That the big C word came along, right? The commitment came along, and it was. But it was fun. It was fun.
Well, for our audience, we were talking a little bit before we came on air about some sports that we would be willing to try if we had the nerve to do it. First one was skydiving. The next one was snowboarding, and then the last one was scuba diving. And Trudy says nay to all of those, all of the above. And so I just thought, ask you, Kyle, what do you do for fun besides having fun with your clients at Office Evolution?
Well, actually, that's a big part of what I do. That's one of the best things about being involved with Office Evolution is seeing all my clients every day or when I'm at the office. We do like to do a lot of different things. We like to golf. We like to hike. We used to ski. We don't do that so much. Old knees, I think. Yeah. And we live in a desert now, so it's a little bit further away from when we lived in Colorado.
Right, because you used to live in Colorado.
Yeah. So we do a lot of different things, but we try to stay active in the community too and get out there. We have a sort of a little saying, we just embrace life. We went to a ASU baseball game this last weekend. We've been in the Fiesta Bowl parade dressed up like ostrich riders the last several years. We just try to have as much fun as we possibly can and do things that are a little bit unique, but, you know, look like they might be fun too.
Nice. Awesome. So what type of challenges do your members face maybe that Office Evolution might help them solve besides the ones that you've maybe mentioned already? Like because I know when I was looking for an office, I was like, okay, well, if I get an office, found this place, maybe it was $300 or $400 a month, and then I got to get furniture, and then I got to have somebody come in and clean it unless I want to do it myself, and and then I got to hook up all of this other stuff. So what are some other things that you guys might solve that you haven't mentioned already?
Sure. Well, one of the first things that people encounter when they're going to start a business, and there's lots and lots of new businesses coming into Arizona every year. There's about 10,000
Isn't that amazing?
Small businesses every year, or I'm sorry, every month in Arizona. About 10,000 small businesses every month. Every one of those should, not all do, but should establish themselves with the Secretary of State and the Arizona Corporation Commission if they're going to file as a corporation. And so one of the things they need then is a location. Where are they going to be? Are they going to operate out of their home? Are they going to put their home address on that paperwork? Or are they going to have a business address? And there's a lot of good reasons to have a business address. One of the things we can provide is a business address where people, it's really a mailbox, but it's an address for people where they can have all of their official paperwork go.
And you can get on Google.
And you can get on Google sometimes, depending on
the most important thing.
Depending on Google's mood that day.
Yes, exactly.
And whether they've changed their algorithms.
Could you fix that, Google? Could you please fix that, Google?
But it's a business address instead of your local or your home address, because your all that paperwork is public information.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone really was nefarious, they could go on to the Secretary of
Find
State,
you.
find you, and
Come to
stalk
your
you,
house.
Come to your house. When I had a previous business, I really did not want my clients coming to my home. And I wanted a business address so that they would go there instead of going to where my wife and kids and dogs were.
Right.
Okay. So that's the first thing, is we have a business address for you. One thing that people often encounter that becomes problematic for them is just answering the phone because they're working.
Yeah.
And it's hard for a plumber, it's hard to crawl out from under the sink every time the phone rings.
True.
Right?
That's true.
Or put down the hammer.
Yeah.
Or whatever it happens to be, to answer the phone. And answering the phone is so very important, especially as time goes by. People are less and less patient.
Yep.
They'll just move on to the next listing.
Yep.
And we have a zillion listings on the internet now. Right? You don't pull out the yellow pages.
Gazillion.
I think it's that actual number.
Yes.
And so they'll just move on to the next listing and call them until they get a response, and contact them until they get a response. So having a live person answer the phone, even if they're just taking a message, they know that they've talked to somebody and they're going to get back to them, is really, really important. The other things that I talked about are really important as well as far as those challenges. We provide privacy, which, depending on your business, may be very, very important in the financial.
Yeah, it was really hard to meet people in a coffee shop. It got to the point of and I didn't want them coming to my house. I mean,
right.
And we could meet them at their house, but still and I'd always thought to myself, and maybe this was me trying to talk myself out of it, and that was, who's going to want to come into the office? And I'll tell you, everybody does. It's amazing to me how full our calendars have gotten since we got that office. It's pretty awesome.
I can't tell you how just really delighted we are when someone shows up to come see you, to see Susan, see Wesley.
Awesome.
It's that's why we're there.
Yeah.
And so we just get almost giddy every time someone comes in for one of our members. There's one of the things that we help people do is just to give themselves a business-like environment to be in, for their clients to see them in a business-like environment rather than just the safety issues of whether it's at your home or their home. It's a business environment for people. It's clean, it's bright, it's modern, it's fairly quiet.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. And then there's the Rebecca laughter, which we all love.
Well, that's the not quiet part.
But honestly, she just has such a contagious laughter. And that's the receptionist at Office Evolution in Phoenix.
Yes,
So. And I think Wes can vouch too. I mean, it does feel professional walking in the office and walking down the hallways with a client behind you, and they're looking around and they're like, oh, wow, this is really nice. And, and
plus they have a full candy jar.
Yes, there's always candy, and there's always great coffee and tea, and I mean, it's just good company, good space to be in. And I've had actual clients tell us too that it just feels good here. It feels really good here too. So I think that's a bonus as well.
There's two things to what you just talked about, and one is that we couldn't get along without Rebecca, and I feel very fortunate that we were able to find her and have her on board with us. She does a great job managing the center. She's not hearing this now because she's on vacation.
We'll have to tag her in our post.
Yes, that's right. She'll enjoy listening to it. So she really makes the space work and the place work for people, and helps make sure everybody has everything that they need. The answer is always, if she doesn't know, I'll figure it out. We'll make it work. But the other thing that you get, and the challenges that businesses face, is making those connections. And you almost, with Office Evolution, you almost get a built-in network of people. And so we periodically have events in our space that people can come to. We're hosting a ribbon cutting later this week, for example, and it gives you connections. And if there's something you need, there's a pretty good chance that we know somebody who does that.
Right. And it's pretty cool.
And we can make that referral to Life Made to Order. Or whomever it happens to be.
It's very, very cool. I know we had one of our workshops there as well.
Right.
I think it was last November. We had one of our workshops there. And it was a great turnout. The kitchen was very useful. It was awesome. It was a great way to do it. And the conference rooms are also pretty cool too.
It's very professionally done.
Yeah, it really is.
Thank you.
Obtaining office space is a big commitment for a lot of small businesses. So how do you help them cope or manage and mitigate that commitment and risk that they're making?
Right. It is. It's scary.
Do you have counseling or something in the back room?
We have counselors we could refer you to that are members. Yeah, that built-in network thing.
That built-in network thing.
It is. It's a huge commitment for people, and that's a huge struggle for folks. When I had a prior business and office at different places, that was the thing that I agonized over for, just like you, Trudy.
Yep.
I thought about it. I didn't sleep at night.
2 or 3 years I did. It was crazy.
I got to pay the mortgage. I got to pay the rent. I got a car payments. I've got all of these. One more thing.
What if it doesn't work?
Right.
What if it doesn't work?
Right.
What if no one shows up? What if?
Well, you don't know until you try it.
Yep. And what if it does?
So sometimes you have to jump in the deep end and start swimming. And so for folks that do that, it is a huge commitment, and we understand that. And so there's a number of things that we try to do to help them with that. Rebecca will work deals with them to ease them into it.
Yeah.
We'll start off with maybe you just need a business address.
Yeah.
Okay. And as your business grows, then we can modify that. We can expand that. Then you can start using some conference room time. Maybe you can use the shared space then, or the co-working space for a while until you build that some more. And it's designed to be transitional.
That's awesome.
It's designed to be able to expand and contract as your needs expand and contract. You don't have to sign a year or multi-year long lease with us.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
It's an agreement. If your agreement is that you need 15 minutes of conference room time with us, then you can have 15 minutes of conference room time. If you need, most of our standard agreements are a month for a business address or for a co-working space, or for an office. For private office, it's a month, but you can do longer time periods if you want to lock that in and know that that's where you're going to be. But we try to help people work their way into it, transition into it, so that it works for them. And, when you're first getting going, I know that for me, cash flow was a big issue. Yep. You got to find a way to make that work. And so that's part of Rebecca's job. And part of our job is to ease people into that and find a way to help them with their business. Our business is all about helping businesses.
Yeah.
And so how can we do that and help small businesses grow and succeed?
I love it.
We're going to try and figure that out.
I love it. And you guys are really great to work with. I know you made me feel very comfortable in the sense, when I came in to sign that paper, I was like, oh. And then when I left, I was like, okay, I did it.
Yeah.
And Kyle's going to be there to support me, and it's going to be cool. And it worked out great. So can you tell us some of your success stories?
Yeah. There's this woman named Trudy. She has a company called Life Made to Order.
That's funny. That was a total setup question.
Well, Trudy's actually been a huge success, and we've really enjoyed watching you succeed and grow.
Wasn't she one of your first?
She was the very first office we signed on, and so
once again, scary folks. That was scary.
Yeah, for me too.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think we went through that together. I mean, it was just
we were holding hands.
Yeah, we were holding hands and skipping down the hallway the whole time, like
But and we've had several others that have come in with a business address and then expanded to what we call a professional plan that includes the business address and access to the co-working area, as well as some phone answering and conference room time, and keep expanding. We had somebody just move into an office 2 weeks ago that started with our very lowest co-working plan. And so they've grown and succeeded.
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago, they moved. They went with us a year.
Oh, okay.
So over that time period, they've expanded and now recently moved into an office.
Wow.
My own company, I had a mediation company in Colorado. And when I was kind of bumbling along, moving, I was doing fine. And my wife had said, could you make a little bit more money? And I said,
37 years.
That's pretty much it. I'm not going to make any more money. That's it. And we decided that we needed to grow and expand. And then I got an office. And that's exactly what happened. I had 20% growth a year for 5 years.
Wow.
And I attribute it to being in that space, because not only had I made a commitment that was public for people, they could see that, but I looked more professional. And I also had that nut to cover, so I worked harder too, probably.
Exactly.
So all in all, it was a great experience for me as a member, as a client. And really, when I decided I was no longer going to do that business, that's why we became Office Evolution franchisees, is because we wanted to help other small businesses. It was a way to help people, but help them help their businesses. So awesome. a lot of companies have had a good deal of success with just what you've done.
Well, I'll tell you, when we first moved into that office, one of my main goals was to have a place to where we could all meet our clients. And that was a huge part of growing our business. And I toured the place, and it wasn't even built out yet. There was no carpet in it. There was no doors. There was no windows. I mean, there was windows to go outside, but there was no like windows in the doors or anything. It was really like hard hat area.
Under construction.
And it was still under construction. And, Kyle was... So I just went in and looked at all the spaces and felt them. I stood in the rooms and I was like, oh, well, and I really wanted a window. And so I chose an office with a window. It was a smaller office and I felt comfortable with that, but it was out of my comfort zone. I mean, I felt okay with that. Like it was still scary. Right. Mm-hmm. And within a month of being in that office, we moved into one of the biggest offices in the location. So it really did. Within a month, like 4 weeks, we expanded. It was just amazing. And then thanks to Susan and Wes, we put together some furniture and they put it together. So anyway, it was a lot of fun and we had fun doing it. And, I can't believe it's been a year since we've been there. It's been pretty crazy. And I remember on February 14th, Kyle forwarded me the email that I had emailed him the year before asking about the office. And I was like, holy cow, it's so crazy.
You haven't been evicted yet, so you must be doing okay.
We must be doing okay. We're doing all right. And it is really great to be able to meet clients there and use the conference room space when we need to with more people. And it's just a really nice place to meet. So, yeah.
We so enjoy having so many different small businesses there and seeing them grow and succeed, but also just getting to know the people.
Yeah, well, what kind of businesses do you have there?
Well, we have a ton of different businesses.
Tell us about a few of them.
We have some counselors that we're going to refer some of your clients to. We have a mining company. We have some programmers. We have some IT security people. Mm-hmm. We have an audiologist. We have bookkeepers. We have accountants. We have HR folks. We have...
There was a dog walking guy there at one time.
There was a dog walking guy there. We have a kids taxi service that operates out of our space.
That's a cool business.
It's a very unique niche, but it's great. And she's experiencing a lot of success. We have marketing folks. We have an attorney or two. Financial advisors, believe it or not.
Yep.
And other various sort of just businesses that have things that they're selling or managing that need a space to be.
What percentage of your floor plan is sold out?
We're
right at 2/3.
2/3
sold out.
Nice.
Right.
That's awesome.
We're right at 2/3.
So for some of those people out in the audience, there's still room for them.
If they're there by this afternoon, we'll probably still have some space. Yeah.
Well, when you were in Colorado and you decided to do this whole office evolution thing, what made you decide to move to Phoenix? Because it was the target market. Was that the only main reason, or was there? I know this is like it feels like the entrepreneurship capital of the world. I mean, it's just there are 10,000 small businesses moving here a month. Was that the main reason, or was it the beautiful sunshine that you have to shovel?
It was you, Trudy. It was.
I knew it.
There was a couple of different things that were all happening about the same time. We were looking for a place that was a target market for Office Evolution. We lived in Colorado. There were 14 locations in Colorado. And we kind of felt like that market, all the good places were taken, a little saturated. And so we had decided we were going to move to another location. My in-laws had lived in Arizona at one time, so we had visited Arizona many, many years ago. And Phoenix has changed a great deal in the meantime.
Yeah, it changed since yesterday.
Yeah, but so that was going on. And then my wife got a job offer in Phoenix about the same time.
Oh, nice.
Which made us really look at Phoenix seriously. She later turned down that job offer, but at that point we decided we were just going to go ahead and do that. It was a great growing community, and I think you probably heard on the news in the last day or two that this is the fastest growing urban area in the country.
It's pretty amazing.
So lots and lots of those small businesses happening here in Arizona.
Well, they say 200 families a day are moving into Phoenix.
It's incredible.
I think that was a couple years ago. I heard recently it was closer to 300 now a day.
Could be.
It's amazing.
If you have 10,000 small businesses being created every month. That's a lot of new people.
That's a ton of people.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing.
So it was a very attractive area that the not having to shovel snow, of course, never hurts.
Yep.
We lived in a beautiful area of Colorado. We loved it. But Phoenix is very attractive and lots of nice things.
Yeah, the weather is pretty nice here considering the weather in the rest of the country right now. It's tragic.
Storms.
So, Kyle, what do you like best about being an owner for Office Evolution Phoenix?
Well, first of all, I like being self-employed. I've been self-employed for 30 years.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that. I'm probably not employable at this point because I don't know that I could work for somebody else ever again.
I don't even know how to do a resume.
I don't know. Yeah. What's a resume?
All right.
But there's a couple of things that are just so rewarding. And we've touched on them already. I get to meet people at the office. I get to support small businesses. But it's more than that. I get to actually get to know them. I get to find out more about them. A big part of my job is going out and meeting people and networking with folks and getting to know the people in the community and the people in my office or our offices so we can support them. And I just really, really enjoy that. And getting to know them on a more personal level, finding out things about them that I never knew. Wesley, you and I have talked.
Yeah,
how many times?
You're probably not going to find out that kind of information or insight about people working for a large corporation.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
You just won't.
You have an interesting background, though.
Somewhat,
right?
Yes.
The internet's a wonderful thing.
What did you find on Wes? I'm excited
well, let me
now.
say,
oh my gosh.
we're going to go see the Rolling Stones later this year.
Oh!
Yeah. And Mick had a little problem, so he wasn't able to perform this last month, but he's going to be back in August now. And I understand there's a connection there for you.
Wesley, what happened? Do you know the Rolling Stones? The band?
I played in a band for 16 years.
What? So. See, I love this. This is what Kyle does for you, right? He pulls stuff out.
It's interesting. You have to tell this story.
That was another lifetime ago.
Another lifetime ago.
Right. Well, we all have those stories, Wesley.
Yeah.
And that really makes up people, and all the interesting background that everybody has. It's part of what I enjoy is actually hearing those different stories from people and find out
really cool.
where they came from, how they ended up here, what they do, what they're interested in, and get to know them on a more personal level. And I get to do that with Office Evolution and support small businesses. I still get to help people.
Yeah, that's very cool.
And so that's what I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
What are the future plans for Office Evolution here in the Valley and across the nation? I know you said across the nation it's expanding to 120 maybe by the end of the year, but what about here in the Phoenix area? Are you the sole person here for Office Evolution? Or is there?
No.
Okay.
It's 120 by the end of next year, 2020. There's another franchisee who has 3 locations on the north and west sides.
Okay.
In Peoria, Surprise, and in North Phoenix.
Nice.
Shelley Bade and I get together once a month and
Go
compare
over.
notes
Nice.
and figure out how we're going to take over the world.
Love it.
And world domination. And do marketing efforts and things together. We do several things together to build the brand here in the Valley and to continue to expand within our area. Office Evolution assigns areas geographically. It's an area where we have committed to developing at least 3 locations.
Okay.
We'd like for them to be more than that.
Yeah.
My wife, Amy, and I are co-franchisees, and she helps with all the big decisions.
Nice.
And so we hope to develop at least 3 and hopefully more in the East Valley. And so we're actively looking for locations now. I was looking at several locations last week and evaluating them and hoping to expand in the near future here in the Valley. So I think here in Phoenix, it will continue to expand. Nationwide, it certainly is expanding. They're in 26 states now. We'll be in all of 50 states before
Where did Office Evolution start at?
It started in Colorado, in Boulder.
Oh, in Boulder.
Colorado.
In Boulder.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, Mark Himmeter lived in Boulder and was officing with one of those other folks and just decided there had to be something better. Yeah. And that's where Office Evolution came from. And so he developed the concept.
It's a great concept.
Started the first store developed a few others, and then just about 4 to 5 years ago, they began franchising. So,
what are some of the core values of Office Evolution?
There's actually 5 core values, and they all come directly from Office Evolution and Mark Himmeter, the CEO. The first is win-win, that we're going to develop win-win opportunities for folks. So when someone's coming in, if they have a brand new business, we want to help them find themselves in a situation that works for them. We also want to have business, of course. So we try to develop a win-win solution for them. The second is simplicity. All of our stuff is simple. We have a bill. It's not a bill simple. With a lot of add-ons. Okay?
It is pretty simple.
We don't charge for coffee. We don't charge you for parking. And, covered parking in Arizona, they always cost something. But if you want to park, you can park. Another thing is authenticity. The third thing is authenticity. We want to be very clear with everybody. This is who we are.
Yeah.
And, this is the products we have. These are the services we provide. It doesn't work for everybody, and it's not meant to. But if it does, we want to have you. We want you to be a part of our family. The fourth thing is ownership. We take ownership in what we do, whether it's the building itself or in what we say. If we say we're going to do something, we do it. When Rebecca says we'll find a way to make it work, she finds a way to make it work.
Yeah.
And so we do take ownership of that. We know that the people that are coming with us own their own companies, and we expect them to do the same. And the final thing is ohana. And ohana is a Hawaiian word that means family. It's an extended family. And we really feel that when we had our grand opening, I spoke a little bit about this. Ohana means something special to us because we consider all of our members and the whole community part of our ohana, part of our family. And we want to build on that and treat everybody as if they're part of our family, not the squabbles, just the fun part of it and supporting each other. So those 5 principles, every franchisee lives and dies by, and we try to embody that every day when we get to the office.
Nice. Awesome.
How does applying the Life Made to Order philosophy to your business and personal life look to you in the future?
Oh, he stumped him.
Stump the band.
Yeah, that wasn't on the script. That's not the one I got.
Surprise.
Well, I think for my own business, Office Evolution, Phoenix, it really is. This is what we do now, and we take a lot of pride in it, in building something that we can be proud of and that we can commit to, and that we can support both. Well, we can support ourselves financially, but we can support other people with their businesses. And that's an important piece of all of this for us.
I think it's really cool. Through the whole entire time of you telling your story, it just feels like, with the synchronicities that happened and the job offer that Amy got here in Phoenix. And I've me moving here, and then bam, you, and then me being your first client. And I just feel like you are probably one of the more life made to order businesses here in the Valley that we've heard about because of all of those stories, And I remember sitting down with you when I first met you and hearing your story. And it is incredible. There's much more to his story. So if you haven't met with Mr. Kyle Timmons, do so, because he has an amazing story of recovery, of being able to go through some stuff and get out of it, but also having that fun, right? And therefore attracting more fun into your life, more circumstances that bring more fun. Kyle, I'll tell you, you're a wonderful addition to the businesses here in Phoenix, and I'm super grateful for you.
That is so nice.
Hey, Kyle, we're now going to move along to the second part of the quiz. And I need to ask you, are you involved in any charities or community organizations?
The community organizations that I'm involved with are chambers of commerce. So we Office Evolution Phoenix belongs to both the Chandler Chamber of Commerce and the Ahwatukee Chamber of Commerce. Our Phoenix location is in Ahwatukee. And so we belong to both of those. I'm on the board of the Ahwatukee Chamber, and I'm an ambassador for the Chandler Chamber. And I see all of you, Trudy and Susan and Wes, and all those different events on a regular basis. And so at a lot of those events and supporting other businesses for their ribbon cuttings and after 5 mixers and on and on and on. I recently passed along to my wife because we've talked about volunteering with other things. And part of the challenge when you open a business is you're so dang busy.
Yeah.
You just feel like there's a million things to do all the time. And now that we've been open a little over a year, we're about to commit ourselves to it again, but and opening another location. But we've been through it now.
Yeah.
And so we can do it again.
Yeah.
I passed along to my wife an animal rescue thing that I think we're probably going to be volunteering with because we've always had animals. We've always had rescue dogs and cats that we've had. And I think we're going to be end up doing some of that volunteer work in our 2 minutes of spare time.
In your 2 minutes?
Yeah.
We got 2 minutes. Hurry up.
And so a lot of my community stuff is through the chambers, and which I enjoy immensely. That's how we met initially.
I have to tell you, I really enjoyed. I was sick the day of the Kentucky Derby. Watuki put on this really cool little gig for the Kentucky Derby and called it the Kentucky Derby. And Kyle and Amy got best dressed. And if you go on our Facebook page, you can see them. We did post your picture.
Great. That's great.
It was awesome. Kyle had on the best suit ever.
I should wear that to the office periodically.
You totally should. It would be so awesome.
You have to wear sunglasses.
I want to find out where you got that, and I want to start wearing that suit.
I'll pass it on.
It was very cool.
Kyle, it's time for your 1-minute commercial here.
Okay.
How do we get a hold of you?
You bet. Well, we're happy to have you. First, just come by. So we're located at 4435 East Chandler Boulevard, Suite 200 in Phoenix. It's important that you remember that that's Phoenix, not Chandler, because that's a vacant lot in Chandler. And so go to Phoenix. It's in Ahwatukee, just 6 blocks west of I-10 on Chandler Boulevard. You can stop in during regular business hours, and we're happy to show you around. Give us a call, 480-436-8144, and Rebecca will be happy to talk with you and talk about what we have to offer and how we might be able to work with you.
How about website or email?
Website is www.officeevolution.com/Phoenix.
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple. We have Facebook pages, Instagram, Twitter.
You got it all.
Craigslist. There's also all those different social media things, LinkedIn, pages where you can find us, Office Evolution Phoenix.
Awesome. Well, I personally want to thank our guest today, Kyle Timmons. I see Kyle all the time. He's, we have our offices there at Office Evolution, and we really appreciate you coming in today and sharing your story with us, sharing your Life Made to Order story. We'd also like to thank Ms. Karen Nowicki, who is the president and owner of Phoenix Business Radio X right here at Max 6 Conscious Workspace for this opportunity. And a special thanks to our sponsor, Team Referral Network Phoenix.
Life Made to Order Financial Phoenix specializes in educating people instead of telling them what to do with their finances by hosting live workshops across the country. Virtual workshops are also available multiple times a week.
Please visit LMTOPHXevents.com to see which workshops can fit into your schedule.
There is no risk, there are no fees, and we'll get you retirement done with ease.
You can also follow us on social media. Facebook is Life Made to Order Radio PHX. Instagram is LMTO_radio_PHX. And if you have Podbean, our channel is Life Made to Order. You can follow us there as well.
So tune in next month on June 25th at 1 p.m. Until then, live your life made to order.